Chat in the Electric Lounge is powered by Seco Energy, an electric distribution cooperative serving over 260,000 members across parts of 7 Central Florida counties. For more information about us, visit secoenergy.com.
Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Power Chat here in the Electric Lounge. I'm CEO Curtis Wynn. I'm going to be your host today. And I am so excited about bringing you this first episode of our podcast series. Here with me today, our Vice President of CCME. Welcome, Kathy. Now, first thing you got to do is tell me what CCME stands for.
Thank you, Curtis. As you mentioned, I'm Vice President of Communications, Community, and Member Experience. But around Seco, everyone is accustomed to saying CCME.
All right.
We want to thank you for this opportunity to be a part of the podcast. And it is such an honor to kick this podcast off with you. We want to open the doors wider for our members to give them an opportunity to learn about energy tips, get a behind the scenes peek of who we are as a cooperative, what we stand for, our values and our mission, and to give them this opportunity to learn so much more about us.
So we want to get this communications out to our members. But why are we doing it with a podcast?
Because members want to receive their information in different ways, new and different. With that, we have a newsletter that we produce every single month. But some of our members just don't have time to read it. They're managing their lives. We also have a website that they can come on and view information. But some of them just want, as they're driving to work, to listen in to a podcast. We are constantly seeking new ways to give them more information about our organization and what we do here in Central Florida.
Yes, you do. In your department, you have a lot of ways that you communicate with our members. And as you said, I have members that I run into all the time, and we could have promoted something 5 or 6 times, 6 or 7 different ways. And what they'll tell me is that you all are doing that? I didn't hear about it. So it is a challenge. Communications is tough, and we have to constantly work on it. So I'm excited about this new way of communicating by way of a podcast. Excellent idea. I'm glad we're doing it.
Our plan is for our members to also be engaged in the Power Chat in the Electric Lounge, to give them an opportunity to share their insights, to request us to talk about various topics, so that they can continue to glean and learn more about who we are. I'm so excited about the opportunity of them being a part of this conversation. And I'm hoping that at some point we can bring some of those members in host a podcast with them.
That would be great. Speaking, and this is the first one. So we talked about this, and I think it is appropriate that as we think about what's the first topic we want to talk about, it's very appropriate that we give a sort of a foundational understanding of who we are. What is an electric cooperative? How are we different from other electric utilities, other utilities in general? What makes us unique? Give us some insight on that.
That's right, Curtis. As a matter of fact, as a co-op, our members have an opportunity to help us in our decision-making process. Most of our members are not even aware why we call them members versus customers. But as a co-op, they are our members because we are a not-for-profit organization where we give back to our members by way of capital credits each year once we've taken care of our revenue margins. Once we've taken care of our expenses, we give those dollars back to our members. But as an investor-owned utility, they have stakeholders, and those stakeholders are their decision makers. So those decisions are made here at Seco Energy, and our members have an opportunity to have a voice in that. Each year, our board of trustees are selected by our members at what we call district meetings. Additionally, we have an annual meeting each year where our members have an opportunity to vote and have a voice in that process as well.
Awesome. So 1938 is when we were born. So that means we, as Seco Energy, we are approaching 90 years in business. And I've had the opportunity prior to coming to Seco to really see a lot of cooperatives across the nation. And there are three words that are found in most mission statements across the country with co-ops: safe, reliable, and affordable. Yes. There is no difference here at Seco. Safe, reliable, and affordable electricity is what we're all about. But we're really about more than that, aren't we? We're really about a member-first mindset and getting out in the community. I'd like for us to talk a little bit about that second part of it. The first part is pretty obvious. That's what we're here for. But let's talk about the efforts that we make to be member first, have a member first mindset, and how we get out in the community and make a difference.
Well, the biggest thing that I thought that we should perhaps highlight in this podcast is the fact that our board of trustees and our employees live right here in the communities where we serve. Our members may see our employees and board of trustees at a Little League baseball game where many of them participate as coaches, at a PTA meeting where many of them are volunteers, or just in the grocery store, sharing in their community neighbor experience. That's the most engaging part for us, that our members get an opportunity to see our employees in the communities where we serve. Our call center employees, as a matter of fact, are right here in the community. They live here, work here. And that's one of the most powerful opportunities, I believe, separates us from all of the others, is the fact that we are here engaging in the communities where we serve.
Yeah, you mentioned employees. I want to expand on that just a little bit. I don't know the percentage, but a pretty high percentage of our employees are also members.
Yes.
And actually, this podcast idea was inspired by one of our nearly 500 employees who encouraged us to, hey, why don't we do a podcast? And we listened to that.
Yes.
And the real advantage of that is because of those almost 500 employees, many of whom are neighbors or cooperative members, not only are they doing their jobs, but now they can share with their neighbors the firsthand experiences of what's happening at their electric cooperative. Again, reemphasizing that closeness, that local feel, that member mindset that we all are talking about here.
Yes, and let's just chat a little bit about service. Just think about storm season. We prepare year-round for the storm season that is ahead, and to provide that power to our members and to continue to look at ways that we can harden our utilities or our lines to make sure that we are taking care of our members. That's service. But that's not all we do. We also provide scholarships for our high school students. We have energy efficiency opportunities to give our members on tips. And we also give back to nonprofit organizations in our community.
And we know that electric service, it's a convenience, but it's also it's more than that. Mm-hmm. It's essential for our daily lives. But we go beyond that. We go as we talked about, into the communities. I want to just take us back to the origin of electric cooperatives and really some of the thought process of those founding fathers who and mothers who got this thing started. They saw the cooperatives as we're going to provide electric service to the farms and to those local communities that were denied this essential service of electricity. But we were also considered economic development engines in those communities that we were going to serve. It enabled businesses to start, for homes to have the essentials of lights that they could back then they pulled a string,
yes,
and the lights came on. But those are really key elements that were important in the 1930s, but these carry forward today. And I don't think we'll ever move away from that core essential value that we bring to those communities, and that we help to enhance those communities that we serve, within which we serve, to help everyday lives of citizens.
We've been around for nearly 90 years, as you mentioned, But just looking at the year 2024, our revenue was $518 million. We gave $9 million back for property taxes to the community and $6.6 million in sales taxes. That speaks volume of who we are as an organization and how we are a part of the fabric here in Central Florida, where we are giving back to the communities in which we serve. I know that I mentioned scholarships, but I just want to restate some of those opportunities that we give back to our communities with. One of those is our scholarship program. For decades, we've been awarding 12 students, high school students, that are headed to college to give back to them so that they can be successful, in hopes that they'll come back and work in the communities where they live, where their families reside, and also hopefully come and work here at Seco Energy. That is one of our goals and initiatives of helping our students. Just this year alone, we took students to Tallahassee in our youth tour program, where those students had an opportunity to see the legislative process, learn more about cooperatives, and they were so thrilled to see that process and to go to the Florida State Supreme Court and review how the court system works in our country and in our state. 2 of those students were selected to go on to participate with thousands of cooperative students across the country to participate in the youth tour in Washington, D.C. Looking at the fact that we are a part of this community, many of our members are giving back in a Roundup program that supports our Seco Energy Foundation. And with that foundation, we've been able to give back to community organizations to support the great initiatives that are needed to continue to work with our community.
Economic engines.
Yes, at its best.
Community involvement.
Yes.
All of that. Thank you, Kathy, for those awesome stats. As we wrap up this first episode of Power Chat in the Electric Lounge, we hope that our members walk away knowing one thing, that we're about more than just electricity. We are about that, plus being a major part of our community. That's exciting. So tell us about what our members should expect moving forward. Now that we've gotten this first one done, what are some of the plans for future episodes?
In our future episodes, we plan to speak more on energy tips, our career path opportunities, behind the scenes with some of our staff, and being a part of the process that how we govern our organization. So they may have an opportunity to visit with one of our board of trustees. But our hope is also to bring some of our members in to talk about things that matters most to them. So for our next episode that's coming up, we are going to feature you, sir, because you have been in this industry, energy industry, over 40 years, and we want to give our audience, our members, an opportunity to hear your story and how meaningful it's been for you to be a part of this great industry. We also plan to have our HR staff to discuss with us and our members about career opportunities here at Seco Energy. We're looking forward to a great podcast the next episode. We are planning to host our December's podcast along the lines of the seasons of giving. Opportunities sharing of our employees giving back to the community, as well as our Seco Foundation.
So, members, if you have enjoyed, and I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, the beginning episode, very first, of Power Chat in the Electric Lounge, we hope that you will subscribe through Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever means that you use to listen to podcasts. We want ours to be at the top of the list of podcasts that you tune into. So join us.
Thank you for joining us today. We are excited about the opportunities to come and the podcast that will be presented to you. We want to keep this conversation going.
Until next time, stay safe, stay connected. We look forward to being a part, and we appreciate you being a part of the electric cooperative family here at SECO. Thank you.